Hello, good morning students. Today we are discussing the lecture number 5. Our heading is uses of mineral acids. Already we know that what is mineral acids. Mineral acid means HCl, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid are called as a mineral acids. So these mineral acids are used in industry purpose. Which industry they will use? Let's see here. First one, uses of H2SO4 means sulfuric acid. H2SO4 used in manufacture of fertilizers. Fertilizer students, which is improve the fertility of the soil, that is we call fertilizers. The one of the fertilizer example is NH4,2SO4, that is ammonium sulfate. Ammonium sulfate is the example of fertilizers which is used to improve the fertility of the soil, and it is used in the paint manufacture, dyes manufacture. Dyes means the color reagent, and then some chemicals and plastics, car batteries, etc. So this purpose we are using the sulfuric acid. Right, students? Next, uses of HCl. Dye stuff, textile removing oxide from steel, etc. So this purpose the HCLs are used here. I hope you understood. So dyes means, students, the dyes or dye stuff means the color component can be applied to the papers, cloth, wood, plastics, etc. That is we call as a dyes. Right, students? Uses of HNO3, it is used in fertilizers. Ammonium nitrate is one of the example is ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate is the example for the ammonium nitrate is the example for the fertilizers and dye for making color to apply the paper, cloth, plastics, etc. and also used in TNT. It is one of the explosive compound. So the TNT, trinitrotoluene, it is the explosive compound. So this purpose they can be used the nitric acid. Understood, students? Okay, let's move the next topic. Okay, next, after the completion of all the acids and their property and all the chemical reactions, we are going to the most important topic, that is bases. Right, students? The base which is most approximately opposite to the acids. The base definition, property, each and everything which is opposite to the acid. If those students has been read the acid and their property promptly, or the more carefully he or she read, then he will easily understand the base, because base is completely opposite to the acids. Right, students? So let's see how is it opposite. Base is the substance which release hydroxyl ion. Hydroxyl ion means OH minus ion. OH minus ions. Right, students? Example NaOH, KOH, etc. So base is substance which releasing the hydroxyl ion called as base. Right, students? So, or the base, one more definition also we are mentioned in your textbooks. Base is the substance which neutralize the acids. This is also correct. Both definitions correct. But this is belongs to the property, students. This second, it is not a definition, it is a property. But actual definition is this one. Right, students? Okay, let's see the example. NaOH. Sodium hydroxide is the base. Sodium hydroxide is a base which dissociate to form sodium ion and hydroxyl ion. Sodium ion and hydroxyl ion. So is the base which releasing hydroxyl ions. Right, students? Hydroxyl ions. One more examples. Potassium hydroxide, KOH, dissociated to release potassium ion and hydroxyl ion. So it releasing hydroxyl ion. So base releasing the hydroxyl ion, KOH. Next example, calcium hydroxide. So calcium react with the holding the 2OH. So calcium releasing the 2 hydroxyl ions. So this is also called as a base. Understood, students? So these are the example of base, right? Next, okay, one more question. Next, how to identify the base? The question is how to identify the base. Base is the answer is base is bitter test. If you don't know the base, first you justify the base by taste. If you take a sample of base and just you taste the solution. If it bitter taste, then it is definitely base. Example, neem. Have you seen the neem leaves? Neem, the neem which is the bitter. So that is the neem is the kind of base. Right, students? And one more type. Some bases are so hazardous. We can't able to taste the some bases. Right, students? We can't able to taste some bases. So that's why what we have to do, base we can be tested by litmus paper. Which litmus paper? Red litmus paper. This is the red, students. Right? This is the red litmus paper dipped into base. It turns into blue. Whenever red litmus paper dipped into the solution, the red litmus paper changes color to blue. That is base. Like this, students. So this is a kind of base, students. We are using the any bases I am using here. Either this is the NaOH or KOH or calcium hydroxide, any one base, right? So in this base we are dipped red litmus paper, right? Red litmus paper. After dipping red litmus paper, here we are dipped. After dipping, we have to remove the litmus paper outside from the solution. When after that we observed the dipped portion, right, students? Dipped portion. This is the dipped portion. So dipped portion turns into blue color. Only dipped portion. This is the undipped portion. The whatever I shaded here, na, students. The shaded area we called as dipped portion. Dipped portion turns into blue. So red litmus paper dipped into solution, it turns into blue. So that is indicate this is the base. Understood, students? Okay. After determining the base, where there are two steps to determine the base. The first one is taste. It is bitter color. Second one is you have to dip the red litmus paper, which turns into blue. Right. So next property, students. Next property is water soluble base. Water soluble base. Most of the bases do not dissolve in water. Some bases are there which cannot dissolve in water. But some bases are dissolved in water. Some bases are dissolved in water. The base which is dissolved in water called as alkali or alkali solution. So students, in our atmosphere, in our environment or in our chemical lab, we got many kind of bases. We have the many type of bases. But all the base cannot dissolve in water. All the base cannot dissolve in water. Right, students? But few bases are dissolved in water. Few bases are dissolved in water. Those bases are dissolved in water, we called as alkali or alkali solution. Understood, students? Alkali or alkali solution. So this is one of the important the alkali solution definition. When base dissolved in water, it cannot show any kind of chemical reaction with water. Okay, students. We are discussing here the some bases are dissolved in water. If some bases which are dissolved in water, right? After dissolving water, the base turns into ions, and the ions cannot react with the water molecules. So that is when base dissolved in water, it cannot show any kind of chemical reaction with water. I will show you example. I will show you the. I will explain this point here, students. This point I hope you understood here very well. So here you are using water, right? And you are adding the solid NaOH. S stand for solid. Solid NaOH adding into water. Then what happens, students? NaOH are dissociated to form Na plus OH minus, right? Na plus and OH minus. This Na plus and OH minus, right, are there. Again this Na plus cannot react with the water molecules. OH minus cannot show the chemical reaction with the water molecules. So that is the meaning of this point. NaOH dissolved into the water. After dissolving water, it turns into ions, and these ions cannot show any kind of chemical reaction with this water. Cannot show any kind of chemical reaction with water. Understood, students? Right? So KOH, NaOH, COH2, MgOH2, NH4S, etc. all are dissolved in water, and after dissolving water, the ions cannot show any kind of chemical reaction. Ions cannot show any kind of chemical reaction with water molecules. Understood, students? Okay. Reactivity. Okay, students, reactivity. Next heading is reactivity. So we are using here two reactivity. Which one? See, soluble base. This is soluble base is more reactive than solid base. This is solid base. We are here comparing, students, which one is more reactive, dissolved or soluble base or solid base. Which one is more reactive, solid base or soluble base? This is soluble base and this is solid base. Right, students? So soluble base is more reactive than solid base because reason, soluble base exists in ionic form. Soluble base exists in ionic form. Here no ions, no charge, no positive, no negative charge. But the soluble base, it have a positive and negative charge. That is ionic form. Ionic forms Na plus OH minus. These are the ionic forms. Always more reactive towards chemical reaction. Always more reactive toward the chemical reaction. Right, students? So sodium ion and hydroxyl ions, these are develop positive charge over the sodium, negative charge over the hydroxyl ions. So due to the charges, these ions are more reactive than the solid NaOH. In solid NaOH, there is no charges, so it is less reactive. I will show you one example, students. Na plus OH. This is soluble NaOH. Can I write here? Soluble base. Soluble base react with acid to form salt and water. Already we discussed here in this reaction, acid and base combine to form salt and water. Right, students? So soluble base react with acid to form salt and water. Right? Salt and water. And one more, solid base. Solid base react with acid to form salt and water. So what is the difference here? Difference is, so what is the difference here, students? Difference is when soluble NaOH react with acid to form salt and water in very short time, forms product very short time. So students, when NaOH react with HCl to form NaCl and H2O, product form very short time. the product NaCl and H2O will be formed at very short time form. Within 5 minutes or with less than 5 minutes it will form the product. Right. Solid NaOH HCl reacted to form here also form salt and water, but product form very long time. The formation of this product purpose requires long time. Right, students? Product forms at longer time. Formation of product purpose require longer time. Formation of product require very short time. So this is the reason. So tell me, students, which one is more easily formed product? Soluble NaOH or solid NaOH? Obviously, soluble NaOH more easily forms salt and water as compared to solid NaOH. I hope you understood the point. The why soluble base is more reactive than the solid base, because it exists in ionic form, and ionic form always more reactive. Here more reactive, it is more easily attract the acid and more easily form the product. But NaOH inactive, cannot easily attract with the HCl, the product form but longer time. Right, students? Understood? Next is the type of bases. There are two type of bases, students. So types of bases. Bases are two types, students. Strong base and weak base. Strong base which is completely ionized or completely dissolved in water called as strong base. The base which is completely dissolved, completely ionized in water called as strong base. Ions cannot combine once it ionizes or dissociate. That is completely ionized. This is we called completely ionized. What is the meaning of completely ionized? Completely ionized means completely ionized or completely dissolved. So ions cannot combine once it ionizes or dissociate, called as completely ionized or completely dissolved. The water, the base you are using, when base you are adding into the water, it dissociates to form ions. After a formation of ions cannot be combined again, right? And because we felt that the ions are there, the ions are positive and negative ions are again holding the electrostatic force of attraction and combine, but the strong base cannot combine. For example, water in which we are adding solid, S stand for solid NaOH we are adding into water, then it forms Na plus OH minus. Once it dissociate, ions cannot combine once it ionize or once it dissociate. So after dissociating, ions cannot combine, ions cannot attract with each other because they are stable, because ions are stable in this ionic form. These ions are stable in the ionic form, that's why they cannot be combined again. Understood, students? One more example, KOH solution, solid KOH, S, solid KOH adding into water to form K plus OH minus. Once it dissociate, cannot combine again. Right, students? Weak base which is partially ionizes or incomplete dissociate in water, called as weak base. Right, students? Ions are combined again after dissociation. Ions are combined again after dissociation. Why they combine? Because it can't hold the charge. Which charge? Positive or negative charge. The ions can't hold the charge for long time. Ions cannot hold the charge for a long time, or one more point is it can't exist in ionic form at a longer time. It cannot exist in ionic form at a longer time, so that's why they again combine. Yes, students. So weak base, the base which is partially ionized. Partially ionized means once it dissociate, again combine. That is called partially ionized or partially dissociate. Right, students? Ions are combined again after dissociation. That is called weak base. Why they combine? Because after dissociation, whatever the ions are there, ions are cannot tolerate the positive charge and negative charge. So that's why again they combine to form base. Right? Let's see the example. Calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. So these three examples for your syllabus, and these three are the weak base students. How it is weak base? Let's see here. Water in which we are adding NH4OH means ammonium hydroxide. This is ammonium hydroxide. I will write here the name. Ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide adding into the water, ammonium hydroxide dissociate to form NH4 plus OH minus. After dissociation, it dissociate for a while. After dissociation, positive ion, negative ions, the positive ions over the NH4. The NH4 cannot be tolerate the positive charge, cannot balance the positive charge. It always show the attraction to some positive species, negative species, right? So OH minus cannot tolerate the negative charge. It always attracted to the NH4 plus. So that's why again they are attracted to form, again they form like this NaOH is forms here. So it means the NaOH adding into the water, the initially they dissociate for a while, for some time, after for a second. Afterwards again they combine, again they form solid NH4OH. Again they forms solid NH4OH. Again they combine to form solid NH4OH. So that's why it is called as a weak base. Right, students? Understood? So properties of base. The properties of base we are already discussed here, students. There are 7 properties of base. Base have a bitter taste. Already we discussed. Bitter surface, smooth and slippery. So what are the base? When you touch the base, students, when you touch the surface of the base is so smooth. It like a soapy touch. When you touch the any soap, when you touch any face washing soap, when you touch the face washing soap or bath soap, you may touch, it is like a slippery, na? Like that, it is a smooth, slippery or soapy touch. Right, friends? Base changes red litmus to blue litmus. This also we discuss. Base or conduct electricity in the solution. Base react with metal to liberate hydrogen gas. Base react with acid to form salt and water. Base react with non-metal oxide to form salt and water. So let's discuss, students. We will discuss from the 4th point, because the above these 3 points already we are discussed. So let's move on the 4th point. Base or conduct electricity in solution. Base solution conduct electricity due to the ions. In the acid also we are discussed the same thing we are discussing here also. Base solution we are adding into water, it dissociates forms the ions, and the positive ions and negative ions, right? So NH4OH I am using here. So first of all I am using here, students, the NH4OH solution we are adding into the beaker. This is the beaker, students. This is beaker. Beaker is a container. The container in which we are adding NH4OH, and this is the rubber cork, and these are the nail. Okay, when NH4OH in which the rubber cork are there, the rubber in which we are kept the two nails. These are the nail. Right. Nail. Right, friends. Nail. So nails are connected with the wire. Either you may use copper wire, any wire, and here the switch and battery and the bulb is there. When we are connected here and when we switch on the battery, the weak base NH4OH is the weak base. The weak base also conduct electricity. Bulb has started to be glow. Bulbs are started to glow here. Bulb is glowing. The another second figure in which I am using here strong base NaOH, Na and OH. So here also we are using the beaker in which I am adding NaOH strong base, and here the connected with the rubber. This is the rubber, and these are the nails are connected with the switch, battery and bulb. When you switch on the battery, the bulbs are started to glow here also. It means strong acid, weak acid, both are conduct electricity. Right, students? Both are conduct electricity. But one thing you observe here, here bulb is glowing very sharp. Bulbs are very sharply glowing. Very sharply with high voltage it glowing. Because strong acid more easily dissociated, more easily ionizes and completely ionizes. So these ions are more rapidly conduct electricity. So that's why the glowness of bulb is very sharp. And here bulbs are glowing very lightly glowing. Right, lightly glowing, because ammonium hydroxide is a weak base which partially dissociate or incomplete dissociate. So that's why it conduct electricity very slowly. That's why bulb is glowing very weakly. So these are the reasons, students. Understood? So that's why you have to write here bulb glow. What do you have to write here? Very dim light. That's why I write here the bulb glow very dimly, and here bulb glow brightly. Right, students? So here I am showing here what are the thin lines I am showing here. Thin line means it glow very dim light. And very bright line I am showing here. Bright line means the strong acid glowing very brightly. Understood, students? So this is the today topic, students. I hope you understood. If you have any kind of doubt, students, then ask me, students. Okay, thank you so much.